DC has its own indigenous type of music. It's a music called go-go music, the musical sound of Washington, D.C.
Go-go is obviously like a folk life or organic form of music that was created by the godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown, right here in Washington, D.C. He took the Afro-Latino beat of our black Afro-Latino brothers from a group that he performed in called the Lost Latinos, and then he took another beat that Grover Washington Jr. created, and he put that beat together with that Afro-Latino percussion and call and response, and then infused it with jazz, funk, hip-hop, and other forms of black culture and music.
It's clear how important go-go is to DC. Our team visited the Go-Go Museum and Cafe to understand more about the history of go-go.
My name is Ronald Moulton. I'm a fifth generation Washingtonian. 2009 Go-Go Awards, I spoke about the need for the Go-Go Museum because our music was being disrespected, it was being criminalized, it wasn't getting its just due in DC and beyond.
In 2019, the Don't Mute DC movement started as a hashtag in reaction to the noise complaints coming from the new residents in Shaw Howard area. The owner of the Central Communications, or Metro PCS, was threatened with closure if they don't stop playing go-go music. But the people pushed back. Now, Don't Mute DC has expanded into a movement that fights gentrification and works to protect and assure Black culture in the district. Ronald Moulton, one of the co-founders, spoke about the movement saying, "But people saw when you come together, not just one race of people, but all people, for the common good, for what's right, and to keep DC's culture, we can get some victories."
It brought everything I've learned over the years of the connection of our music and our history and our culture to Africa, to activism and healing in our community. And to see the young people, the elders, and people not even from Washington, D.C. understand what we all have in common. And even from Howard University, a student, Julian Broomfield, who created the Don't Mute DC hashtag, which we embrace, and did the petition that got 80,000 signatures that got the music cut back on, and then led to the Mochella activations in the street. After the Don't Mute DC movement, it was the right time. Me and my partners at Checker Enterprises decided to use the building to do the Go-Go Museum, produce a Go-Go Museum. And Professor Natalie Hopkinson and I curated this museum. She helped curate the museum as the chief curator from 16 exhibits that I came up with. It's a lot of trials and tribulations, but it's been fun. And the end product is something that I'm proud of.
What did you hope to achieve by creating the Go-Go Museum?
Basically, we needed an institution to ensure that future generations would embrace and know about our music, but not just us, the world. Now we have people that come from all countries, all states to learn about our music, culture, and history. If you don't preserve your history, somebody will either take it or erase it. We don't want neither one to happen. And we're tired of people putting up plaques in our community talking about what was here. So this museum was put here to keep go-go here forever.
Based on the law passed in 2020 by Mayor Muriel Bowser, DC Law 23-71, better known as Go-Go's People's Plan, what did it mean to you in the community when go-go was officially recognized as the official music of DC?
So that was very important. So Councilman Kenyon Duffy built off the go-go movement of Don't Mute DC and introduced the legislation to make go-go DC's official music. Marion Bowser, not only did she embrace it, she put resources with it to help the community. And it meant a lot because one, it took away the criminalization of our music and put it, on the pedestal as the number one thing that we can be proud of in our city, Black culture, Black music. So it meant everything, and it opened so many doors. Since then, go-go music's played at airports, go-go music's at the train station, go-go music is in the Kennedy Center, go-go music is places that wasn't normal. So now it's normal for us to be involved in everything from the bottom to the top of the city. That's what it did for us. To me, what's great about it is one of the only forms of black music that has not been colonized. You know, when you think about hip-hop has been colonized to the point, when I say colonized, we still have some control over it. Like if some artists come here and start making all this music, just talking about getting high, killing and shooting and all that, they're not gonna play in D.C. right now. That's the kind of control we have of our music. But other people control hip-hop right now, and what they do when they control hip-hop, they incentivize this type of behavior to their benefit and to our demise. So that's one of the most proudest things that I feel about go-go is the fact that it has not been colonized. We still have some control over it. It still belongs to the people.
Why is DC known as Chocolate City?
So D.C. is known as Chocolate City because George Clinton from Parliament gave us that name when he came out with that album. And since then, we've been known as Chocolate City because of that, but because we bold. We boldly black. Even though the numbers have gone down, we've done some things in D.C. to this day that others haven't done. I mean, when you think about where we are right now, Washington, D.C., and you go back to 1852, this bridge outside the door to my right is a bridge that slaves walked across into freedom coming from Maryland before Juneteenth. This bridge right here is a bridge that slaves walked across to walk to Berry Farms and build Berry Farms. And those same slaves went to Howard University and built Howard University. Most people don't know that.
Why do you believe go-go didn't expand nationally like hip-hop or rap? Was it by choice, design, or circumstance?
Go-go didn't expand nationally for several reasons. One, as I talked about earlier, the criminalization of go-go through the movie Good to Go that was supposed to uplift go-go to the mainstream, just as a similar situation did for reggae music and Bob Marley. But also, go-go curse is its very blessing, the blessing that saves it. For instance, go-go artists are very protective of their culture, and they just don't gravitate to every piece of gold that comes their way. And sometimes they're hard to deal with. So because of that, we right here, right? But we've made it outside of D.C. We've traveled the world. We've been on boat tours. So I wouldn't say we haven't gotten outside of D.C. It's just more of a folk life type of music in D.C. that we still have control over. So to some extent, it's a great thing. And even now, the streaming process where artists are getting ripped off and not making any money off of their music as they should, I mean, they can make just as much money playing every week in D.C. as they do off of streams. So in one way, it's not, people can come here to the museum and get the music. People can come here and go and see it in clubs. And then we're going different places now around the world, but we still have D.C. as our base. I think go-go's independence is its blessing. I think go-go independence has stopped it from being colonized. And the fact that it's not easy to duplicate. Its format and its style, I mean, it's not easy. Some of the negative things of go-go are the very things that protect it from being colonized and from being, used in a way that we don't want to use.
Do you think younger generations in DC still connect with go-go the way older generations did?
Younger generations don't connect with go-go the way older generations used to because of all the things that I talked about that happened. But because of the Don't Mute DC movement, there's been a rejuvenation of young people being reacclimated to our culture.
What message do you want younger generations, especially those growing up in a changing DC, to take away from go-go?
It's real simple. Just understand that go-go is your superpower. Take advantage of it. It's in your DNA.